Things continue to be just a little hairy. Just one singular little hairy.
That's straight into the swing of things, right? And as we said in this in the pregame, this is very, very important in terms of deciding who reaches those playoffs. Both these teams 2-1 in the group right now, but already in this pistol, it is a man advantage in a very, very big way for forZe. In a 5-on-2 to start the pistol. Na'Vi left with Flamey and Simple. And they've got to overcome some pretty overwhelming odds. Not the ones provided by GG Bet, though, who still have this in favor of Na'Vi. That's surprising. Yeah.
Super bizarre. But, I mean, I'm looking at a pistol round where in which forZe haven't lost a player yet. So I don't know if those people are watching the same game. But Simple wants to change that game up a little bit. Takes off Face Crack on his exit, and still a round for forZe. The first one, the pistol round. We're going to see some investment behind this next round, that's for sure. Now a little bit of the question, too. If you did save that head armor from the last round, how much are you feeling yourself? Mazer on the FAMAS. 3 SMGs and a Scout. Scout running straight up middle, finding Boomich, and that would be the end of that story. Another one. Going for the three-peat.
And then, you know, Flit just waiting in the wings down here in middle, there to back up the Scout. This is a dominant anti-eco, and they'll keep 5 alive. Now, this gives forZe the chance to run a bonus round here, should they choose to. And, you know, you'd imagine they would, right? Keeping the CT money in good order is pretty high priority. Z-Power does have money to upgrade to an AWP, but he's going to keep the Scout in this one and look to bring that AWP out next round. Now, Simple is also on a Scout on the side of Na'Vi. Rifles for everyone else, but this third round buy is not the prettiest of buys for the Na'Vi side. They're pretty limited in terms of the utility. The firepower isn't really there, and Z-Power is going to open the round up, scouting down Simple in through top mid. This bonus round gets off to a 5-on-4 start for the forZe side, and that's pretty huge. Z-Power, anything with a scope, CT side, this guy is going to be a force to be reckoned with, and that's something we've seen time and time again.
And it's the fact that, you know, he's not afraid to take this fight up middle over and over and over again.
I mean, if there ever was around to do it, it's this one, right? You know Na'Vi are not going to have those orbs. And I mean, I say it's this one. It's even the next one if forZe are able to pick this up. I mean, regardless of that, you're not going to have an AWP on the side of Na'Vi. He flashed through long, but no one checks for Jerry. Jesus. He's just strolling. He's just having a little walk. And he's locked in a double on the back of it. This is a real disaster for Na'Vi. forZe are going to get off to a 3-0 start on the back of taking an attempt at a bonus round that ends flawlessly for them. And so now they're only up against pistols anyway. You know, that means that these FAMASes, these Galils, are still really, really useful to forZe, and they get to build up more and more money on this CT side.
That was so well called from forZe because they take mid, they get the kill on Simple, they pressure tunnels and smoke off Na'Vi, and Na'Vi go, all right, back to long. forZe are one step ahead of them. forZe already throw 4 players of 5 at that long position and flash back in before Na'Vi are even out. Like, they were so ready for that rotation.
Yeah, right now forZe have Na'Vi's number. They also have control of long. And 2 players playing in B. That leaves Jerry to spot on middle. And I have a feeling, I just have one of those spidey sensations that we're going to see a mid to B play here.
Haven't got a lot else, right? That's the one smoke out. Mollied off, though. They can't commit behind it. Flamey's gone at long. Individually, forZe are looking very confident, right? With a Scout going aggressive and finding opening kills, with forZe pushing the top of mid in some of these rounds, they're feeling good. And they have great reason to be. Na'Vi flashing, forZe flashing mid into Na'Vi, who are out through this smoke. Boomich traded after 1. Simple, that's a nice shot, but can he go get the gun? He's going to back up for the bomb, and 10 health as well. His teammates in B. This has not gone well for Na'Vi, even with a couple of kills. How do you get much further? It's 1-1-1 for forZe. For Perfecto going to try and jump back up Cat. He has made it, but Flit's going to be on a backstab that Na'Vi will not be counting on. Flit pushing here could be perfect. Doesn't want to give up the kill if they rotate back, though. FaceCrack's going to cool as he sees these players come towards A.
And now he has. That's the bomb dropped and Simple dropped and the round locked away under the key. forZe 4-0 over Na'Vi. Just joining us, that first map did go forZe's way, this being the pick of Na'Vi. We did tell you about it in the pre-match. forZe don't much mind playing it. In fact, they've played a lot, a whole lot. Oh, Electronic took damage somehow.
Yeah, I think he got stabbed by Perfecto. Look at FaceCrack. Aggroing top mid and Electronic down beneath him. He really is threading the needle right now. And Simple still waiting for a peak that's never going to arrive.
Right.
FaceCrack dropping a one-way to deal with Boomich. This mid push giving results to forZe immediately. A 5-on-3 and FaceCrack, they still have yet to deal with him. Finally, Perfecto will. Takes him to step up and deal with the man in top mid. forZe, you know, they kind of knew FaceCrack was pushing the limits, and him getting away with 2 is already more than enough. That is a successful push on his behalf. Perfecto makes noise getting to Xbox, and Jerry's waiting to lock this in. Actually just runs him down while he's throwing utility. And the remaining 2 for Na'Vi, both here at long. Almeza gets the information that, well, it's not tunnels, so that only leaves one place left on the map that forZe have yet to explore. And so everyone is here, ready and waiting, looking at long. Na'Vi. Yeah, oh dear.
Yeah, they're gonna need a big play right here. Flamey gonna be at the very forefront of it. And it's not even that long-lived. Flit finds the second one onto Simple. 5-0, a round crumbles in Navi's hands.
Yeah, when Na'Vi were down like 6-1 or 6-0 on Inferno, it wasn't really a worry, right? It was like, yeah, it's Inferno, they're CT side, they haven't got the money, they lost Pistol, you know, we haven't seen an AWP. And so we had, you know, reasons to believe that, okay, Na'Vi slow starters. But right now, it's not even just a Na'Vi slow start, it's a strong start for forZe. They've looked aggressive, they've looked confident, they've had every read when Na'Vi are rotating in the mid-round. Like, even Jerry pushing Perfecto there, he just knows he's alone. He knows that Na'Vi have doubled back to long. FaceCrack's in top mid for like 30 seconds, getting 2 kills before he's put down. That's a great round for forZe. And Na'Vi calling a pause to try and figure this one out.
I got a little bit of thinking ahead of them, that's for sure. Reinvestment comes in.
It's a mess. Got 2 AKs, got 3 rifles, we got 2 ecoing players. And we got long play. Electronic legged on the entry. Gets out at least, but forZe concede it. Okay, this is bread and butter Na'Vi round. What will they do with it? Doubling back to pistols into B. Are they going to take long, fake B late in the round, and then come back into A? Who knows? B players had util, so I was wondering, but Boomich doubles back and leaves Flamey to his lonesome as he power flashed off, doesn't see pit cross for Perfecto. And Jerry doing what FaceCrack has done best, pushing the perimeter. Getting at the top of mid. Not activating early as Boomich is holding for this, but he can come through at a moment's notice. And he hears so much. Boomich going to clear this though. Oh, Jerry, got to pick a spot. Pick or die, and he picks the right way. There's another man round the corner. He doesn't see him. Simple chases the kill. That's something. That's a gun drop, but can Flamey get there? He's stuck in mid right now. Pressure by Flit. Spam down low. Na'Vi putting pressure on Cat, but the bomb is still long.
Re-smoke a catwalk. Buys a little bit more time here for this forZe defense.
Nice little double up from Simple, and that puts this in the advantage of Na'Vi. The flash is good. Peek from Simple lags behind it just a little bit. The double molly at Cat as they try and boost Z power up for a peek, and that actually lends Simple the killing blow. Everyone, apart from perfZe, is low right now. He's going to run boost Electronic across and swing with him. Almazer on this flank at short. Wipes out flamie. Simple and perfZe, they will get the bomb down with a few seconds left to spare. And there's Simple giving over 4 to get Na'Vi their first round on the board. It seems kind of fitting that it's the same 2 that stepped up back on Inferno, finding that first for Na'Vi here.
Really, that's all Simple though, right? From the trader top mid, Jerry wasn't ready to great little burst kills onto the follow-up. This final kill, barely see his opponent, but that's enough for Simple. Almazer was 0-0-0 coming into that round as well. Life of a B player just hiding out. Na'Vi haven't even looked at that site.
I saw that. I was like, surely that's not right. Maybe I won't draw attention to it, but it was.
It's been hiding at B.
Hanging out, having a good time.
Whoops out and Simple.
For Na'Vi, they just keep getting trapped behind these smokes time and time again. Not leaving a whole lot for the clock to imagine.
Flash up cat. T-Power's been holding a tight angle in mid. There's 3 here for forZe, expecting a bit of a mid to be, and Na'Vi could double back, but with the bomb on long, ooh, that molly pushes face crack into the corner. He's not going to escape despite having the chance to. Surely that'd be what Na'Vi would expect, and so he can re-aggress. flamie's holding for it. Yeah, throws the bomb out of harm's way. But Z-Power's been spotted in mid with the orb. Now flamie can't really go back for the bomb. It's been pushed by face crack. He's got control. That is a mess. That is awkward. And Almazer has picked up perfZe in mid. Z-Power even still here. Face crack in T-Spawn, not even playing the bomb, just looking for kills. Simple fights him back. Re-aggression for forZe does come with a cost. Electronics dinked and they're down a man.
Boomich goes back for the bomb, but he doesn't want to risk running back down mid into harm's way again, and so he has to go long. Z-Power, the missed shot, spotting the bomb there. Simple lost in mid. Electronic was dinked by face crack earlier on, and he just about survives the molly, but he's not going to survive the spray. Boomich in with the response, but 10 health. Trying to grab the AWP, he will get it. And it's just a save here for Na'Vi. That's pretty dire. Oh, there we go. Everything's cool. Everything's under control. Yeah, that's a real shame, man. I like flamie dropping the bomb, but not to anyone, or not really anywhere safe either. In fact, in a more dangerous place than if he just kept it, really. That's a bit of a weird round for Na'Vi. Simple, the only guy to really get anything done here, killing the flanking face crack.
Yeah. And face crack has had great flanks and great timings and stuff, but I feel like he is full sending it one too many times. Like he should get a kill and hold off on both the times he's taken top mid. He's re-aggressed and been punished for it. Even just having a player there, the presence of holding some angle, some bomb, anything, Na'Vi is going to be scrambling, and forZe can re-aggress in middle in the meantime. So, I mean, it's still gone well. It's still been rounds 1 for forZe. They don't really need to worry. But Na'Vi have figured out face crack at this point. Although not early enough to stop that bomb from getting taken control of at the top of mid. Orbs are out again. Na'Vi need more though. Immediate reset round off the back of Na'Vi finding their first.
Oh, Simple had the long spawn. Z-Power not here. He's been left in B.
There we go.
And he does at least rid us of perfZe, leaving a 4-on-4 open in spite of Simple taking a man down at long. Boomich running through the Molotov at Cat leaves him a little bit deeper than forZe might expect. But no one's like playing aggressive over here towards short. Instead, they're just waiting with the smoke. Electronic gonna deal with Flick, getting aggressive outside of B. And that there has opened up a path for Na'Vi to hit this B site. And suddenly this whole CT default is kind of thrown into disarray for a moment as they try to reposition. They try and figure out what's happening here. Na'Vi aren't quick to act, and they drop that smoke that baits a bit of utility out of forZe to let them know that players have rotated to B. So they've got that information, and now they look to do something with it. Setting up over here in middle, they've got a smoke on Electronic, and he's going to use that to try and get them across to mid, perhaps, for a mid to be split. Jerry, the man, getting smoked off. Gives this up, thinks it might be a Cat play, and that is not the case. So Z-Power, alone in the B site, is about to get pressured from both tunnels and mid. Simple jumping around as the smoke blooms. There's the shot for Z-Power. Now they try and get out tons, but Z-Power's putting on a show, and that leaves it on flamie. This guy was 0-7. He was an agent up until this round, where he finally finds his first. I'm now down for flamie at least, but Jerry and FaceCrack on for the retake. They've got a Molotov and a smoke as well, so that could lock flamie out of this round. It gets dropped over towards car. Smoke for tunnels or the bomb means that this is going to be a very, very rough round for flamie. He just needs the peak, so Jerry gives him one, but it's the immediate kill found. forZe up to 7. They continue to build upon this dominant lead in spite of it looking like a good start for Na'Vi, right? They find the long pick on Simple. They deal with Flit aggressing in B. They're sat with the advantage, but Z-Power puts on a show, gives us 3 kills with that AWP, and turns the tide of battle.
And what a hold as well. Knowing when to pick the fights, right? Smoked off for the tunnels, back to mid, still kills Simple, who has been the one-man fragging. Look at that scoreboard for Na'Vi. 8 for Simple, 2 and 1 for everyone else. More than his team combined, but let's see if that stays the same. Na'Vi going fast to long. They won't commit. AWP is holding mid. It's one of the second AWPs, though. Flit's here. Spots him coming out the top side. Boomich in lower as well. Molly to stop Na'Vi from committing, but they go up the catwalk instead. They still have this long lurker in flamie, not committing yet. Z-Power, oh, he's going for it. Oh, this could be dangerous. He's found one. Can he escape in time? Na'Vi chasing him down, but he falls into the spawn with a Molotov as well. They commit, but from the car, FaceCrack pipes up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's actually all stolen kills. He does all the damage, and Z-Power takes all the frags. So forZe shut down that fast cat with 5 alive at the end of things. This is one hell of a CT side. They are not giving anything to Na'Vi.
And there are the GG bet odds flipping a bit more, right? Like, only takes the 8-1 in favor of forZe, and suddenly everyone is scrambling. This is this partial buy for Na'Vi. Electronic opening the round up with his Deagle, and they are already out at long. FaceCrack able to make quick work of Perfecto. So a 4-on-4, at least back for forZe. And Z-Power, who was aggro over towards Cat, had been holding that all round, decides to back away because of Electronic's presence down in the lower tunnels. And as he moves off the angle, that's when the short peek comes in. So now Na'Vi are up Cat. And forZe don't really have any idea about this. They're looking to deal with a man at long. flamie's been waiting patiently. Will his patience get rewarded? No. Bullet from Z-Power ends his life. And now back into Cat. Z-Power, this AWP has been popping off all series long. FaceCrack chiming in with a couple. But it will fall to Z-Power to try and hold off this push.
Oh, that's the one gun. Boomich has a Glock. He does get a kill somehow, some way, but on the burst at a range won't work, and Z-Power cleans it up despite being dinged. He even steals the kill again from FaceCrack, who tags flamie on the long corner, and it's the AWP to do it. This little 1-2 punch of FaceCrack and Z-Power just standing side by side, running around A, is killing everything for Na'Vi, and there's not much they can do about it with only Deagles in that round. Back to a buy, but it's got to provide something.
9-1, Hugo. Can anybody tell me what's going on here? Maybe you can. Hashtag IEM. You tell us what you think about the scoreline you see on your screen. And the best part about watching forZe is they're not afraid at all to push Na'Vi out of a comfort zone, to push Na'Vi around the map.
Yeah, look at Jerry.
That's one of the most valuable tools they have in their arsenal right now.
Yeah, FaceCrack was a nuisance, taking top mid, taking long in many of these rounds. Now he's backed up to play safe and not be predictable. That's a kill, though. Simple catching Z-Power aggressive on Cat. They don't know about Jerry, and he should and could have the backstab to Boomich. There's a barrel, and that gives all the info Jerry needs. Will Boomich turn? No. Oh, my. Stalls it out as long as he can. Won't go for the knife, though.
Yeah, it does get a little scary. because you know the next thing he's looking at is lower regardless.
Yeah, he's going to turn around at some point.
Ooh, Flit has missed the timing. He got there as they got out through the doors, so he doesn't know that players have crossed. Simple's now going to come swinging in. That gives Flit the kill. Ooh. 2 more appear, but Flit is good for one of them. Flamey all alone, cancelled out by the double peak. 10 on the board for forZe. That dominance set to continue. And it's a pretty rough spot to be in. There's 20 kills on all of Na'Vi combined. 10 of those on the back of Simple. And, you know, I kind of like it in the sense that forZe, it feels like they're acknowledging that the only guy they have to worry about is Simple. And so they're using this aggression to, like, pick apart his teammates. And thus far, he's just been kind of mostly avoided. Like, it feels like, you know, maybe he gets a few openers or, like, deals with a player that's gone aggressive, but that's really been the majority of Simple's gameplay. You know, he hasn't been given any real chances at, like, playing with the team, finding much success on the back of it. Now, the B play, and they deal with Flit right away. Electronic double kill. One of the most impactful rounds we've had out of him in this entire series so far, and that should be enough to just find this second round flat out, as already this save call going to come through for the forZe side.
Yeah, just a pure change of pace here for Na'Vi when they go hard stomping into B.
It was about time. A lot of these slow mid rounds not working. The rotations were getting red when they were taking mid and going back to late long. forZe were already there with the orbs and double setup. Doing it ever since round 3. So, yeah, Na'Vi, a faster approach. The individuals show up. Electronic does what he needs to do. And that is going to be enough for a second round. But the worry is, where does that leave forZe, right? Do they start padding B? Do Na'Vi even want to risk doing it again? It's the mind games now appearing as Na'Vi know they have nothing to lean on but a B rush. It will save their cash. Getting out 5 alive. Same story for forZe, though, with 3. And the orb does continue. Nice entries from Electronic now. We know what this guy can do, so that's why it's so weird to see him have such an uncomfortably quiet game right now. But time to turn it around, still available. forZe with the pause, and I actually like that. They're going to read into this. They're going to try and figure out what Na'Vi do.
Look at Almaze's kills and deaths, man. Like, he knows that his team are winning, but that's all he knows. Like, he's like, well, I guess we're doing well. I don't really know. I've seen 6 people, and it's been 50-50 for me personally.
Haven't really seen much of the game, but I hear there's one being played here on Dust2. Need to be about right. 10-2, Na'Vi having just found their second round. You look at the ADR over there, and it's very troublesome.
Oh, yeah, it is pretty rough, right? This is like one of the problems, you know? Like, we know Perfecto can have big games, but especially considering his situation right now, I don't think that you can rely on him for that, right? You can't, like, look to Perfecto and be like, well, you need to step up here. Normally, that kind of falls to someone like Electronic. And so the fact that, you know, it was Perfecto and Simple stepping up on Inferno to kind of keep Na'Vi in it was a bit worrying, a prospect heading into Dust2. Simple keeping up his performances. We just need really anyone to be there alongside him, because it's just a Simple show right now. Electronic needs to be that second man. He sees the head back in the sight, but he can't deal the killing blow. And actually, Jerry wrapping in through Cat.
Yeah, no one can help him. He's out there, he's isolated, he's trapped, he's blocked off. And all of that is one Molotov that separated him.
Cherry's so fast on that flank as well. Z-Power, he was running away from long, he got flashed off. Boomich was chasing, face crack swings and sets up on the car and saves his teammate's life. Again, this 1-2 punch is so deadly to Na'Vi. Now stuck in a 3-on-5 and Simple gets spotted at long. The bomb moving up close, but there's Flit here in the spawn to deal with it. Na'Vi don't have utility. They've got 1 smoke. That's not going to cover the gap. Simple looking for this box kill. He knows face crack is there without a shadow of a doubt. Flit waiting, and nice spray for Perfecto does get the kill. Simple killing face crack after he nails Flamey. Don't know how it was so quick. Bomb is retrieved. They're going to run boost Simple across, but he doesn't have the bomb. He's going for kills right now. He sees one in spawn. There's another on the site. Simple traded from middle, and Na'Vi still on 2. forZe building and building some more.
Yeah, those forZe picks now looking pretty good in all things considered.
Who was that, you and Alex?
I definitely did.
Yeah, there were 2. I think Alex did as well. And that will put him above Lauren, if I'm correct, right? Top of the board.
Well, it's also a bit of a confidence thing, right? I started to notice a trend between my confidence levels and the games I was getting right. And it really doesn't quite matter if you have a 50% confidence level and you get it right.
Double down every time.
Exactly. I'm 100% confidence level kind of guy.
50% of the time.
Yeah, but only 15% of the time. Because this is 20% luck and a little bit more skill.
B-rush.
Here comes a B hit with a lot of kills.
Oh, mop up for Almeza. And that's the one thing Na'Vi have had that has really worked in this game. It's been the B hit. So they go back to it a little later, albeit, and fours are ready. Almeza shut it down, Flit in middle with the orb. They're going to drop the door smoke. Wallbang won't connect. Second time, nade as well. That will do something.
Ooh,
Not
yeah.
bad. For this round, it might just be done.
For Na'Vi, it doesn't really matter where you go at this point.
I think he saw Electronic running up top mid.
It's bomb in middle.
Ooh.
That's a big fight for Electronic to win. Simple, still waiting down here in middle, trying to catch players in rotation, and he'll hear that AWP scope, peeking on the back of it, Flit there to deal with Simple, has missed the timing onto Electronic, and right now they still believe he's long. Z-Power is looking that way from the site and is determined that that's where this is. And also the lower tunnels player in the form of Almeza never saw Electronic.
What?
Oh no!
Oh, no.
He missed the shot! Oh, that is absolutely devastating. He tries to big brain it. His crosshair was right on the man.
I think he goes to take one shot, and he thinks he can one shot and then drop and maybe kill someone they're watching from CT, but that's not on the cards today, buddy-o.
That's so dead on, though. Poor Electronic, man. That's just one of those games where you just sigh and go, well, okay. What? Come on. No.
I think he had a little bit of movement, and that's why.
Oh, my.
And again, a lot of movement over there on the force side. 12-2. Heartbreak City.
Yeah, this is just awful for Na'Vi. This is not what they wanted in such an important game. We've seen them group before in these RMR events, having troubles against their CIS counterparts, and forZe have been at the forefront of that all time along. Jerry bailing out of lower, and he survives the journey. Flit in mid, not with the orb this time around. There's only one on that A site. Dodging bullets, dodging death. Face crack, though, mollied off. He's not going to go back. He's still here. He's going to get flashed back in by Z-Power, looking for everything right now, but actually bailing with that flash, even though there were two blinded players. Nonetheless, it's forZe having to deal with this A play. Na'Vi running right up cat. Last round of the half. This AWP has just been a shutdown on the CT side. And with Na'Vi pulling the brakes yet again, forZe have plenty of time to flash back in, to take names. Flamey caught along, trapped, but does get out with one.
Super hurt. 10 HP. That's about safe as he can come away with it there. And meanwhile, it's the cat hit. Electronic takes down Jerry.
Ooh.
Now things are starting to look up for this last round of the first half.
Oh, it fell down. Oh, things just couldn't get worse for Na'Vi. It's like everything is against them. Both Almeza and Flit are waiting in CT. It goes even further in. Oh, how does this happen? What have Na'Vi done to anger the big man upstairs? Almeza still holding down CT, and it's the low HP Flamey that's the last man left. 10 health to try and save 3 for Na'Vi. Everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong, and it's 13 on the board for forZe. An absolutely dominant first half of play from the forZe squad, and now they seem destined to get this oh so important 2-1 game closed out in a 2-0 fashion. Join us after the break to see if they can.
we've been friends for a long time now.
And we're back, and if you believe this, I don't know, maybe you should all sit down. Maybe just sit down for 1 second and get ready for me to tell you exactly what the score is right now. That's 13 rounds for forZe to the 2 of Navi on the second map of play. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on Dust2. Inferno, well, that was a little bit more of the same. forZe currently up in the series 1-0. And it all started with a little bitty pistol round. Now all your GG.bet odds are changing over, I bet.
Yeah,
Making me sick.
I wonder how Na'Vi feel after round 15, after the bomb tumbles not once, but twice.
Not only that, you think about the round before that, Electronic has his crosshair on a man in the 1v3, and then that misses as well. Like, it just feels like everything that could be going wrong is going wrong.
That being said, I don't want to take it away from forZe.
No, yeah, exactly. I just more think, like, forZe are playing a great game, and it feels like any little minute bit of RNG that could have gone against Na'Vi has. So, you know, if you're Na'Vi, you must be feeling so deflated. Like, it must just feel like, wow, it's really not our day, is it? And yeah, you'd be right in that. forZe going to try just a flat-out B rush. Now, Perfecto here to lend a helping hand in mid has got utility, but Flamey deleted right away. And Perfecto doesn't want to die before he gets to use some of this utility at least. They lose Boomich, Simple getting stuck in, but only good for one. Perfecto followed up onto an Electronic left in the clutch. A 1v4, turned 1-on-3. But still the odds overwhelmingly against him. Jerry there to put 14 on the board for forZe. And this might be a very, very fast series indeed.
Man, it's too early to say, but is the third map on the cards, Hugo? Sounds like a resounding no.
I'm going to go with a no for that one, Trace. Doesn't look like the flawless comeback for Na'Vi right now, but something that could have a third map in its wing, although it's right now 1-0 up to the favor of Nemiga, is Nemiga Windstrike on map 2, on Mirage, on their pick, where they're 4-0 up.
Yeah, and then the first map of that series goes to overtime, goes to Nemiga. It's 19-17. If they need it, they're going to get nuke. For us, well, some people are just trying to make it through Dust2 alive.
Yeah, and I don't know if those people are going to be Na'Vi because right now they're dead in the water. Simple, though.
What?
Lines up 2, flashed out under mid. Does get traded. That's ridiculous, though. Kills Jerry through his teammate. Is that even going to win Na'Vi the round, though? Whatever Simple does, sometimes it's never enough.
Oh, Flick going to try and cross mid, and he seems aware that someone could have been there, but he takes his eyes off of it. Bomb now dropped down here in middle.
Uh-oh.
Face Crack and Z-Power left in the 2-on-2. Z-Power, he had a scout, and he's just throwing that away. I guess not wanting to give anything over, but...
Big gun lower, yeah.
Ah, there it is. He gets the AK.
You don't want to drop your gun lower because then Na'Vi will hear
Of
it.
course, Hugo.
Big break.
Nailed it there, man. Z-Power. There's one. Tagged in the process. Pushing up at Cat is Electronic. Deciding against it, and that's because they don't know where Face Crack is. Electronic does come back at Cat.
That's about a little even strength here, but Face Crack on 57 HP. They're going to back all the way up to long. Perhaps Electronic could hear it if he listens so tightly. Puts a cuff up to the wall, and I'm pretty sure he has heard it. There's the scout shot on the Face Crack, so he's out. Just exit power on 12 HP. Goes for a swift peek.
No!
Can't find the shot. In the end of the day, it's Electronic that just comes out unscathed at 100 HP, and that's a third round for Na'Vi.
He was one shot. Like if Electronic loses that round, like I don't know. I can't even answer what happens there. That has to be won by him, especially the knife pulled out. But yeah, nice play from Simple. It is capitalized on the info out long for Electronic, and it calls for Flamey Scout to help out as well. Whoa, deep breath. Sigh of relief for Na'Vi, but they're not out the woods yet. A 14-3 score. Of course the force for forZe. Why wouldn't you? Let this Scout and Deagles get to work.
Still 14. And if you're forZe, you're completely okay with how this has gone regardless. Nade up on the catwalk. Electronic with a quick clear, but no one in sight, not just yet.
Slow and steady for forZe. They go back to long. No utility in this round for almost anyone. 3 flashes for Na'Vi is all we have. Electronic with the contact play, going to drop off after 1. The flash to help him back up to long, but they're already here, and Boomich is about to call for that. Sees everything and everyone. Puts up a double, pistol out, scout with a trade, but Simple also finds a couple, and he goes down 2. Can Z-Power make this one interesting? They're not going to give him the fights from this point, surely, and he even knows that. He doubles back, takes the fastest route towards B, or Cat back to mid, but yeah, it's a B play. 20 seconds, he can't do it, and he realizes a little too late, and so it's got to be backup Cat into Na'Vi. Oh, he's going to go mid to B. They're here, though. He's got to hit this Deagle scout shot very quick. Flamey tucked his everything, and yeah, that was a nice try. It's optimistic. What else can you do with that round? Finds a couple. Na'Vi up to 4.
Yeah, there was an idea there, but sometimes those ideas, they don't really go according to plan. 10-round difference currently between the two teams.
Yeah, and sad for forZe, but they just have to eco here, right? You could just keep forcing, hoping for the best, but Dust2 is not a map where you can get a lot done with pistols versus these full-arm Na'Vi players, so yeah, forZe just have to take a little eco and get back to the action soon. Simple, that's his. Many more to follow. Z-Power full sweating it now, waiting for a B push in this position as the rest of forZe take long. They're like, Glocks up long. No.
No. How about no? Big shots. For Boomich and company, they're simple. Farming up some cash. This is around at this point. Almost seems to be a formality. Started with Glocks here for the side of forZe, and we got about the result we thought we'd get.
All right, 5-14. Still a ways to go before the comeback happens. But Simple certainly looking determined to get Na'Vi there.
21 and 16. Top fragging with 5 rounds to his name.
No one else even in double digits on the Na'Vi side. This is what we've been saying, man. Even if it's just one other person. Electronic, Perfecto, could be either. Could even be Flamey. His Dust2 is normally great. Literally anyone, just to help Simple out, just to lessen the load so that the moment he dies, it's not like, oh no, Na'Vi. And maybe there's a chance. Jerry down here in the lower tunnels gets naded, but that doesn't deter him. He's gotten to where he wanted to be, holding on to this mid area. Z-Power with the AWP over towards this B site. Perfecto here on an MP9, joined by Flamey. Z-Power has got Flip behind him as well to try and trade, and they spot Flamey in the site. He'll drop a Molotov and get them out of the tunnels at least.
Jerry's leaving B with a bomb. Back to a cat play, maybe even long splitting. Almeza has the Krieg there, and Na'Vi have just backed up. Setting up on the catwalk with an aggro flash. That gets some misinformation. Electronic sees no one. Simple kills Flit in mid. And now Na'Vi are probably scared of a B play more than anything with the cat being clear. They're going to push it with 2. Z-Power holding on, but he knows about Simple in mid, and that's where his attention is drawn. Long play. Probably heard from the short side, especially when the smokes come down. Now Na'Vi turn around and try and deal with it. 18 seconds as the cross comes in. Electronic pushes and catches Z-Power on the retreat. Now 3, 4 4s trying to get this plant. Boomich in a great position to stop the bomb, and he's going to get flashed into it. No cover and no plant. It's going to be a Na'Vi round, whether forZe like it or not. And Almeza might even die after time. Oh, back to the Glock. Flamey's missing, but he does do it to him. Not the end of the world. Bit of money gone for forZe, but again, like, we're at a point where it doesn't feel that bad. All right, it's 14-6. Maybe if Na'Vi get 4 more rounds, we start to get worried. For now, it's got to be another eco for forZe, which only leads into Na'Vi pulling this comeback, as unrealistic as that sentence sounds.
forZe have that sort of cushion that you pray for, that you ask for, ever so kindly. One thing they didn't ask for was electronic push into lower. And Simple to be there to ignite the entire thing. He backs away. I think Simple sees a player in spawn, but it won't matter. Here's electronic.
Wow.
Topped by a Tech-9. A 2020 love ballad.
Yeah, and Na'Vi again leaning B. It's getting a bit scary with that kill going the way of forZe and giving a gun over to. Simple still here, waiting for the right timing to get his shot off. Very quick on this AWP, but I don't need to tell you that. Just watch.
Oh, he even blocks the smoke as well from falling. And they try to get up cap, but this has been seen by flamie. It's hardly a secret where forZe are looking to end up here. Simple's already back towards the A site. Holding from the site itself over here at ramp, and Simple another. Needs to give us a little bit more. Spots the man in CT, but they are starting to swarm him. flamie runs through the smoke and makes quick work of the round. It's 3 for Simple to get them there. It's 7 on the board for Na'Vi. Meanwhile, over on the B stream, the Amiga leading the way over Winstrike in a pretty dominant fashion.
Yeah, 8-2.
This is it, though. This is the buy for forZe. This is what we've been waiting for 3 or 4 rounds now, right? How Meza was broke last time as he saved the Krieg on long. Does he power on the AWP as well? Last time he had it was caught running back off cap, face crack, fast out long. Oh, he almost gets the kill. He kept shooting, that might have been his, but blinded out by his teammate. Wasn't to know Perfecto was only low, and Z-Power goes back to middle with the AWP, leaning towards A and Na'Vi with only flamie in that B bomb site. forZe have baited them over with the long control. They're going to go for a quick mid to B split with Flit in upper dark as well. Nades coming through. Na'Vi putting up resistance, putting up damage, and trapping forZe in the doors. They can't go any further than this. Gives Na'Vi time to set up with the boost and look to stop this mid to B. forZe wanted to commit, but they've been denied presence. Still, Na'Vi can't really rotate over and don't want to push long into what could be a bait play. So forZe is going to hit the tunnels with 3 and hope for the best.
flamie's got to try and hold the fort. He is all alone here. There's the peak for flamie. Only 1 offered up. Almeza and Jerry. 2 versus 4. The odds very much against them as they try to get this bomb down and look to play around it. Simple still alive. Really been the guy to keep an eye on. 1 flash on Boomich as well to try and get them in, but he's all the way in T-spawn. That 1 flashbang not being here for the mid retake, you know, it should still be a Na'Vi round, but that flash would just help so much. Instead, it's going to come in very, very late from the tunnels. At least that has a second prong on this retake, but time is ticking away. They deal with Jerry. Almeza left alone, and there's Perfecto in through the window. Quick with the no-scope. 8 on the board for Na'Vi, trying to make this comeback happen. This was 14-2. Now 14-8. Na'Vi streaking together rounds. This is what happened back on Inferno, and then forZe were able to find their footing and closed it out.
Yeah, it's just how dominant it was, right, in this one as opposed to Inferno. That was at least a 9-6 half. This one was 13-2. That's not even close. And forZe know they just need a couple of rounds to sneak through.
I keep seeing people, like, you know, saying how Na'Vi should just be wailing on forZe, right, and this shouldn't be happening. And it's like, it should definitely be closer than a, than a 13-2 or a 14-2 at one point in time, I guess.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, you got to remember that in, like, mid-2019 and then, like, moving into 2020, forZe were, like, a really, really hot prospect. And this same team, this same five-man roster has just been trucking now for, like, 2 years in this fashion. And that's the thing, like, you know, yeah, they kind of felt like they fell off a little bit, but they've been really grinding through these online cups as of late, right? Just playing constantly. Yeah. Like, the amount of CS that these guys play is unreal. As we said, it's like 124 maps played versus the 41 of Na'Vi in the last 3 months.
Yeah. And for sure, we know that Na'Vi have troubles in CIS bouts. That's just a fact. And even players from the CIS region have said, like, yeah, well, Na'Vi are the team to beat. So no surprise, everyone's full try-hard mode to even a higher degree, trying to take them down and beat the best in your region and be the best in your region. forZe are up for the tasks. Perfecto trying to finish off Z-Power. It does get tagged by the Deeg. Fighting Cat, Electronic cleans it up. And Na'Vi, okay, this is no longer a 14-2. This is now a scary situation for forZe, who are having trouble at closing out Na'Vi's map pick. This CT side is great.
Yeah, it's such a dominant first half. We were just talking about the 13-2, and now the spiral of events that has led us to a 14-9.
Yeah.
Just one round for forZe in this whole half.
Back-to-back long spawns for forZe that they've taken, and they've lost both times opening kills. Just their players being blinded and not being able to spray Perfecto on that cross. So Na'Vi finding success. Fast B here for forZe. Only one in the site. It's Perfecto in the window, can give it up and play retake, but tapped out by Jerry. See ya. Z-Power on the mid lurk, and the smoke is down. Na'Vi might have called it, but Electronic not watching his back, and he gets stabbed. Na'Vi having to retake with two-man deficit, and Z-Power's even up the catwalk to try and drop CT and stab him once again. This is going to be a weird round for Na'Vi, and they've really got to go for it. They don't have the buffer to save.
Oh, man.
A lot of players are low. It's not impossible. This wrap from Z-Power could do damage, but Simple turns and expects it. However, this is just wasting more time. Z-Power is playing this perfectly, and they rush down the mid players. While they're distracted, while they're looking at Z-Power, they run them down. And forZe find 15 on the back of a B rush in a partially invested round that wasn't even the full buy. So now on to match and series point. I was just looking up quick, so, you know, we remember that game from the Pro League where this same kind of thing happened, where forZe go 1-0 up in that series versus Na'Vi. This was like right near the beginning of the year. And you know, they take the first map, once again, was Inferno there. The second map in that series was Trade, and it was a Na'Vi pick again. And in that game, forZe went up 13-5, and then we saw the comeback happen from Na'Vi, ending in overtime with Na'Vi taking the victory and then going on to close the series out. forZe have struggled closing these games out versus Na'Vi before. They get to 15, but nothing is guaranteed, right? Nothing is guaranteed, especially with, you know, even though it's a pretty quiet game for the majority of Na'Vi, you can never discount Simple, right? That's just the Simple effect. He's 25 and 18. For crying out loud, and in so many of these rounds he's been putting up multi-kills, but it is asking a lot of just one man to be the difference maker here.
Yeah, in the same way that Na'Vi couldn't get any T rounds in the first half, they went for a random B rush and it net them their second and only round since the opener. Well, forZe just did the same with an eco and just took it right away. They're going to go back to the pace, and Flamey's gone in middle. That's a fast kill for forZe, who won't commit off the back of it. The bomb is in spawn. Electronic peeking Cat, and Na'Vi think it's a B rush, so they're trying to react fast, and they're getting picked up everywhere. Oh my, Boomich even caught on a long push. And it's a 2-on-5, blink and you miss it. forZe bait Na'Vi into rotating fast, and then they just stop. Wait for the kills to come to them. Perfecto and Simple, the heroes of Inferno, need to do it once more, but in a near impossible round where you just don't have enough bodies to watch the amount of positions there are. You've got to gamble, you've got to guess, and you've got to hope for the best.
Oh, you know, what decision do we even make here? Simple's kept in the A site, and at least that's something, right? At least that's something to hold on to. Maybe he could do something remarkable as they exit out through long. All four coming from long. There's no Cat presence. It's a Simple given free reign over the long side, but this isn't info that Na'Vi have. Simple gets set up over at Cat just to try and play retake, but they lose Perfecto in CT, and so it is going to fall to Simple. He needs the ace 1v4 to save the day. The bomb, well, not even important, because Almeza just beats him to it. Takes the fight down in middle, and forZe